Since I am almost no one to you right now, whoever's watching it, I'm gonna use Richard Reeves' opinion and his works. And if you don't know who he is, you can Google him. In the past 30 years or so, even more, and in general, ever since the whole feminist movement started, we've been praising women, and we've achieved a lot. We have achieved equal rights. Right now we can, like in most parts of the world, in big parts of the world, we can work almost wherever we want to. And right now, in my opinion, especially in America, in Russia, and Europe, feminism is just not needed. Everything that was achieved has been achieved already. And if there are certain job positions that are not available for women, this is my message to women. Think, do you actually want to go there? Do you want to go there just to prove something to someone? Or do you're actually passionate about it? Maybe people are not, like the government doesn't allow you to go there because it's dangerous. Think about what you want to do. Okay, going back to my trail of thought. So Richard Reeves told that we've had this kind of movement of praising women, and it's amazing. But we have praised femininity for too long, and right now it feels like men are not like as praised as they should be. When people are asking me what's your intake on just men and women in general, I personally believe that women are amazing and men are amazing. I talk in my day-to-day life with men more than with women. Probably, no, wait, 100% because of the industry that I am in, but men are amazing, and you should remember that. Like, you're a human being. You're not trash. Women who say that, in general, men are trash, you're not worthy of anything, you were born unworthy, anyone who's degrading you in any way, first think whether there's someone that you respect. And in general, please stop going on the internet and watching all of women, all of Western women saying, I would rather be in the forest with a bear rather than with a man. Everything, all of the movements right now and all of those stuff and opinions on the internet, unfortunately this is what shapes an opinion of young people, because they stay at home, they are isolating themselves, and the only source of information that is left for them is the easiest one, and it is internet, it is TikTok and everything like that. So that's why I would say in general the world has fallen into this trap of thinking like of going with the whole crowd. What the whole crowd thinks, I think the same. I don't like it. So the Me Too movement, let's talk about it as well. There's been the Me Too movement amongst women, that men are trash, I've been abused, and I don't want to belittle anyone's experience regarding that, but when it turns into a movement, not a kind of legal solution of the problem, I do understand there are circumstances where it's just horrible what a certain person did to another person, and if it is a tendency, this just gotta be stopped immediately, right? But turning it into a whole mentality and saying to people equally, all women are gold diggers and all men are trash, just imagine what kind of mating problem we're creating. So for anyone who's watching, please stop saying that all women want is money, because that's simply not true. Stop saying that if you're a woman, stop saying that, please. Stop saying that all men are trash, I would rather be with a bear in the forest than with a man. Are you sure? With a good man. And I have a lot of good men around me. Like, at work, my father, my brother, my cousins. I would rather be with them than with the bear. 100%. So let's stop just the negative talk, because let's think about how our mind works. The law of attraction, if you want to call it this way. Never called it that way, by the way. But yeah. So an interesting thing that I've learned throughout my life, when you stop saying where all the good women at, where all the good men at, when you stop saying where all the good people in general are at, where all the good friends at, I cannot find a friend, all people are trash, or all people are shit, you are creating a mindset that is stopping you from achieving your goals. It's the same way as it is in business. If you're a successful business owner, think, how are you able to get where you are right now? You probably just brainwashed yourself into thinking, I'm going to do it. There's nothing that can stop me. There are opportunities for me, and I'm going to succeed in this. And you have brainwashed yourself multiple times. You have probably had many startups that just turned into the ashes. But you didn't stop thinking positively. Same thing with relationships, with friends. If you think I am surrounded by amazing people, and I acknowledge their existence in my life, even if it's just one person, but you hold on to dearly to their kind of just presence in your life, then you can attract even more people like that, right? So that's what I wanted to mention. But let's get back to some statistics. The female identity crisis. What's happening right now in the world? Women are outperforming men. Like the employment rates amongst women are higher than men. There are more women in universities than there are men. Right now the rates are 60 to 40. There are 60% of women in universities and colleges and just educational institutions that there are men. 60 to 40. Hence, what has happened in the past couple of decades? So think about this. This is men, this is women. All women in general, they have shifted their kind of social status and they started making more money, and they went into this different kind of cohort and they started making more money. And all men, they are kind of almost the same, but they're just more men who make less money than women. Women, naturally, we have a tendency to mate with men who are of a different social status or higher, which is called hypergamy. So, what has happened? More women started making more money. Men didn't. They haven't. But this is what's happening right now on the internet and just in real life. And while a lot of people think that all women want that one kind of a guy, which is millionaire, billionaire, all this stuff, or making at least 10K a month, something like this. And he dresses well, he has an amazing social status and all that stuff. It's because women in general started making more money, and they are outperforming men. And here, men, I don't know if I'm able to say such stuff on YouTube, probably I am. The suicide rates amongst men are higher. Right now, the rates are 80% to 20%. There are 80% amongst the suicidal rates. 80% of them would be men, right? And 20 women. Something is like happening here with men. Something which is the male identity crisis. What's happening is, and that's what Richard Reeves also mentioned as well. They have lost. Some of them have lost a goal in their life, because the old-fashioned way is the man is the one who is the provider, the woman is the one who is at home with the family, with children, all that stuff, and man is the one who's making the money, providing for the family. He needs to provide this stability in all the ways, and that is lost right now because women are able to provide that for themselves, and they're able to take care of the kids as well, in a way. And also the Me Too movement is not helping with that, because a lot of women are saying, we don't need men, we can just foster the kids, take them from, how do you call it? I'm gonna insert the word here. In Russian it's приют. So taking children from here and just raise them on our own, because men are unstable, all that stuff. Okay, disclaimer, there are a lot of good men and there are a lot of good women. The dynamics are just shifted a little bit, but we can do it. We can work on it. That's how we gotta, the kind of mindset that we gotta have. I'm trying to hectically, I'm just talking to you right now, and I hope you're also having a cup of tea or cup of coffee, like me, cup of Americano, or anything, any beverage except alcohol. Okay, the female identity crisis. Back again. With all of the statistics that we have just discussed, what do women want? What do they think right now, right? There are a lot of male kind of opinion on the internet, and that's amazing in my opinion. Men have always been and probably always will be kind of leaders, and they're the ones who are kind of leading the planet, right? Because that's a role. I am just glad to be led by amazing people, and usually that's men. I'm not belittling anyone's experience, any woman's experience. No, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is, who's talking productively about such topics as the mating problem, relationships, happiness rates? Yeah, by the way, did you know that the level of female happiness has fallen off a cliff completely? And I'm going to talk about it in some other video as well. What are the reasons, and what's happening in the female kind of mind right now? I've talked with a lot of women, and that's not 10 and that's not 20, even more, more. 90% of the time, actually, wait, 100% of the times, I would hear here and there this kind of thought. I'm quoting. It feels like the whole world is telling me right now that I gotta just grind. I gotta make my own money. I gotta secure myself so no man and nothing can beat me, and I'm just safe, and I feel secure and all that stuff, and I need to make a lot of money, and I'm this like go mindset. But at the same time, I also want to be a woman. I want to be beautiful. I want to be feminine. I want to feel this feeling of security, and I also want someone who takes care of me as well. And for some women, it would be their family, their father. In good families, it would be their father, and they would feel secure that they have such an amazing male role model that is taking care of them successfully. But in all the cohorts of women that I've talked with, it doesn't matter how much money they're making. If the woman is the strongest woman that you have ever met, if she has kind of, how do you call it? Oh yeah, if she has the balls as well, like this kind of women, they achieve everything, they still want someone who is stronger than them, who takes care of them as well. But they have spent so much time just building and grinding and securing themselves financially and securing their place under the sun in the world of, in the professional world. They have lost this connection. But a lot of women haven't. I'm telling you, there are so many women who are going through adversity of life with grace, and they're beautiful, and they work hard, and they show all the characteristics of someone who would be an amazing mother and amazing wife, but they just don't know what to do. And it feels like both men and women have lost this sense of identity. Who are we? What do we need to do? What is the main goal of us being on this earth? And I would say that, speaking with both men and women, everyone just wants the old-fashioned way. Everyone just misses this old school kind of life where the man is the leader, the man is the one who's the strongest, the man is the one who inspires the woman. What women miss that. And if you meet a woman who is telling you all men are trash, she's deeply insecure, and one day she would like deep inside, I am sure, unless she's just mentally completely unhealthy, but deep inside, she wants someone to take care of her. And among her feminist friends, she's talking about that as well. I'm telling you this because partially I was that one. A couple of years ago, I had those feministic inclinations. I would say that's because of the media, especially the Western media influence that I was brought up in. And I had to, throughout my whole life, and still right now, every day, I have to just make sure and brainwash myself into thinking, no, my values are right. The kind of traditional values, where the woman is the one who's mainly taking care of the household and children especially, and the man is the one who leads. And I'm gonna stand by it. The traditional kind of values. Okay. Where do we need to go? If everyone misses the old school way, and I've talked with, again, I'm just telling that to you because that's my proof, and I'm from the world where I've talked with people who have the money, who don't have the money, different cohorts, different social statuses, women, men. Everyone misses the old school way. But a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists who are men online, what do they say? They acknowledge the fact that women have achieved so much and they are just winning, right? And they, very gladly by the way, they say no way that we gotta build little women back into the traditional kind of scenarios. But what I would like to acknowledge to women, if there's a woman watching this, think just deep inside, what do you want for your life? What would make you happy? Maybe imagine the time when you're going to be a mother. Is it something that can fulfill you? Because when I was 16 and I imagined myself, like me being 28 or older, I don't remember, but I imagined myself being somewhere in my 30s. I saw myself with children, with my husband, beautiful house. That's what I saw myself. And that's what I want, right? So think about it as well. Maybe deep inside you want it. And don't listen to the media. Don't listen to anyone who you're following online on the daily basis. Just use this message as just a reminder. Maybe there's a different scenario of what I want actually. So that's for women and for men. And my target audience is men. Stick to the old school ways. There are so many good women out there. And you can use this channel and just me as a proof of good women being out there. Good, not promiscuous, with good heart, good intentions, someone who takes care of their well-being. And yeah, as a proof that there are a lot of good women, if you haven't seen them, or if you or were lost in the kind of sad, upsetting TikTok algorithm that is showing you how bad it is nowadays, you know, with all the gold diggers in the Western society, Western women who don't really take care of themselves and are gold diggers, some of them. Unfortunately, the algorithms are making you watch that and believe that. That's not true. So, don't believe that. What do we need to do? Let's go to old school ways of being just you on your own. The person that is watching me, if it's going to be just one person on this entire planet that is going to watch this video, let's go to the old school ways. Don't, I would just say, don't tell people, like, you gotta become old school, you gotta become traditional, why are you a gold digger, why are you so show-offy? And I'm talking about men as well. Like, if you're a woman and you're watching this, don't blame, just let's stop the blaming mindset. Look at yourself and become the example. Become someone who is worthy of being inspired by. Become the role model. Don't push it, just show it with your lifestyle. Don't isolate yourself, because the studies have shown that the single, by the way, thank you Chris Williamson for this statistics, the single factor of being healthy is the number of human connections that you have in your life, whether that's friendships, your loved one, your partner, your family. The more people you have, the healthier you are. Like, the more people you have as friends, as someone who you have a close connection with, the healthier you are. So please don't isolate yourself. You don't need to be a lonely wolf to be happy. Great people were always surrounded by amazing mentors and people who were supporting them throughout their whole time. Even if the history has witnessed them as being the lonely wolf, no. There were amazing people surrounding them. There were. So don't isolate yourself. Start being the old school. Start exploring it. But whatever old school means to you, you can ask me in the comments. But that's the way. It feels like that's what everyone misses. And I've talked with so many people, and everyone misses it. So what do we do with the female identity crisis? There's gotta be more people, if you're a woman or if you're a man. I'm just gonna say, we gotta start praising and respecting motherhood more. Treating it as sacred. If you have a mother right now, then in your life, just treat her as she's the most sacred thing on earth, and tell her as often as possible, thank you for being my mother and for creating me, and thank you for being my mother. That's where it all starts. And if you don't have good relationships with your mother, I would recommend to fix them ASAP, because your relationships with your parents, they affect so many things in your day-to-day life. Let's start praising motherhood again, and that's the old school style, by the way, of living. Let's look at Italy. The thing that they have left, more or less, is the respect to your mother. I would say the same thing is left in Russia, the respect towards your mother. And in Asia, China especially, and just in general in Asia, Japan and Korea, and that kind of Asia, they respect their parents and just elder people so much, and I think that's beautiful. And where else? The Arabic world, they respect their parents so much and look at their values. Look like what's happening in UAE, for example, where any people that I meet that are Arabic, my friends or colleagues, everything is just so sorry for my Russian, but it's so crystal clear for them, the dynamics between the men and the women. And women, they are happy with being like Muslim or Arabic. They know that they're going to be treated well if everything is done accordingly. And the men, they know that women can do their best in keeping, like, maintaining the beauty, maintaining the values of a true woman. Maybe let's look that way and return to the old school lifestyle. Not completely, we won't be able to do that, because some people will like start being pushy, and they will start telling women you gotta go back to home and take care of children, and that's just not possible. The levels that we're at right now, like 60-40 in general, and we have 8 billion people, it's just not possible. So how about we just have an intention, being old-fashioned and being our own best selves. And that's it. I hope you liked my rant. I've been ranting for 33 minutes. God bless your soul if you watched this one.